COVID kind of flattened the world further. The movement was absolutely zero,
Yeah.
right? And our entire operations team was sitting idle, and our tech team for once had no direction as to like how do we like what do we do, right? In very large organizations, uh, employees are provided with or asked to use as many as 21
Application.
applications
Mhm.
for official use,
How did you
right?
guys think about getting into bigger workspace
So the
tools?
idea, the philosophy, it was that we would want to build something for the same clients and on the same platform, right?
So
Right.
today,
Like
what is your product looking like? We have to just say that okay, we offer this one, two, three solutions. What are those main solutions? Hello, everyone. Please join us today for an exciting conversation with Mr. Ujjwal Trivedi from MoveInSync. And today's topic is reimagining workplace operations with a single application. This is part of our podcast series, Physical Security Unlocked. So, welcome Ujjwal to the show.
hi Rohin, and hello to your audience. Very happy to be here as part of your series.
Yeah. So we've been in touch with you and your company for the last, I think, 1 year or so, more than a year, and we've been learning a lot from you guys because you guys in the workspace environment providing a solution to the large office spaces. So maybe you can introduce yourself, your role in the company, and what you guys do as a company. That would be great.
Sure, sure. So as a personal introduction, I lead the workplace solution for MoveInSync. I'm vice
Mhm.
president of product and growth. So this is the workplace product is an initiative that we started right after COVID, and sort of something that I've been leading from the beginning. Uh, so had a chance to work on like a 0 to 1 thing, and then very proud of the fact that this is a product that has taken us from our presence from 5 countries to 35 countries now. So that is because I think COVID kind of flattened the world further, and whatever we created for workplace had actually applications across, like it's a global application as compared to the commute product that we have, which is uh, also sort of has a global appeal, but is more suited for places where shift commute or shift transport is more prevalent, right? So that is where so those 4 or 5 countries that we had earlier was about where business services is a thing, right? Where shift transport is important, employee safety is important.
Yeah.
Our workplace has kind of added more use cases and more use or more utility to the application that we had. And I think the beauty of it, as you talked about, is that we had created this application on the same platform that we have, and so it becomes one comprehensive touch point for all the employees. So what we have seen is that in very large organizations, employees are provided with or asked to use as many as 21
Application.
applications
Mhm.
for official use, right? So there is something for HRMS, something else for attendance, something else for for their maybe leave management, and then something else for desk booking, another app
Yeah.
for parking and room
Visitor
booking,
management, whatever, right? So many things.
whatever. So that, and I'm talking about only employee facing applications,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? The amount of internal tooling that the organization has is like again something that is probably 2x of what we are talking about. So this at least takes care of at least 5 to 7 use cases, and maybe more. I mean, depends on how people want to use it. So they it can, at least reduce down your application portfolio by seven to
Mhm.
nine applications.
Mm.
So that
So,
is the
based on
intent.
what you said, you guys were in the your company is called MoveInSync, which kind of tells that you were focused on moving of people first, right? How
Right.
did you guys think about getting into bigger workspace management kind of a
Right.
solution?
So it's an interesting question, interesting story actually. That during COVID, the movement was absolutely zero,
Yeah,
right? And our entire operations team was sitting idle, and our tech team, for once, had no direction as to, like, how do we, like, what do we do, right? So
what do we
there
do? Yeah,
is a pile of backlog that we could finish off, because now there is less noise coming in from people, and we could prioritize our own stuff and deliver that. Or we could do, create something absolutely new, or there were a couple of other options. So this was one thing that we sort of figured, that we don't know when the commute will be back in its
yeah, yeah,
original or pre-COVID shape and form. So we decided that we need to create something new. So there was obviously a part of the team which continued to work on the commute roadmap, but we carved out a few people, and we said that we will focus on creating a new set of products or new product. And that time, I've seen that 1 year, at least 6 to 7 months, where we had very very less clarity about what we are doing, going to do, right? So we actually started doing many things, right? And I think the most important part was that we had a good clientele, we had good revenues. At that time, we had ways to sustain ourselves, in that period. And we had a culture, a very strong culture of working with the clients. So while the client was not actively using us, they were working with us in what they could imagine their future would look like, and what we could imagine the technology or usage would look
mhm,
like. And I'm very happy that we whatever we've created, we've co-created with a lot of our clients.
yeah.
Their inputs have been vital, their support and cooperation has been vital, and we found a lot of early adopters in the same set of clients. So the idea, the philosophy, was that we would want to build something for the same clients and on the same platform, right?
Got it.
And what came out was that, okay, if we are making four people sit in a car, why can't we make 400 people sit in a
Yeah, yeah,
on a floor, right? so
yeah.
so that is how we began, with
So,
sort of desk booking. It started with social distancing constraints on the
yes, I remember
floor.
that time of, I mean, 2020, right, when COVID came. We, in fact, also attempted to build a social distancing solution, right? And I think that every company was trying to figure out where to pivot, what to
Right,
build.
right,
So
right.
today, what is your product looking like? If you have to just say that, okay, we offer this one, two, three solutions, what are those main solutions which you offer
So,
today?
right. So we provide a hybrid uh, workplace solution, right? So, and it includes a lot of use cases for booking and using shared resources in an office space effectively, right? So it includes, you can practically book any kind of resource. So it could be desk, it could be room, it could be
Meeting
parking,
rooms.
it could be your locker, it could be your, something like a sleeping pod, or a collab area, or a lab. So we've created a, generic, you know booking solution for any shared resource in the office. And of course, the system follows a certain philosophy. So we sort of had sort of analogy of going into an airport and taking a flight. So we said that, okay, you want to get into the airport, you have to first, so you want to take a flight, you have to first go to be able to access the airport, right? So
Correct.
the first thing that you want is that you can go to airport, and once you are in the airport, then you can avail based on some privileges. You can avail certain facilities. You cannot avail certain other facilities, which is
Hmm.
restricted for some other privileges, and so on. And then you need to be able to enter the flight. You need to have a
Boarding
seat in
pass.
the flight, and like that. So that's how we eventually kind of created the entire solution. And yeah, it is actually integrated with the commute solution that we have. So
Hmm.
it becomes like
Okay.
one application.
To make sure the employees can come to office, work in the office, use the resources, and then obviously go
Yes,
back home. And so that's how
right,
the journey
right.
works for the user.
The
And so
entire
there's a
life cycle
user
of
app
the
and
employee, like day of the employee, is covered.
covered. So main part will be the employee app where they do the booking, right, of all
Yes,
these resources.
yes.
And is the employee customers? Uh, I mean the enterprise who is your customer pays you directly for, or is it like a landlord or a
No,
co-working
no.
space?
So yeah, no, we have certain landlords also paying us some um, property management
Management management
services,
companies.
or even builders are our clients, where they are directly dealing with certain different kind of, because
Multiple
it's
tenant.
it's a SaaS. We are a technology provider. We are a SaaS provider. So anything that has to do with different privileges, workflows, building constraints, removing constraints, providing flexibility. So all of that is something that we are able to provide. So we are able to digitize the workplace, make it
Yeah.
available, at the fingertips of any user, any employee who is in that premise, and we are able to make things usable or available.
Mhm.
So one philosophy or one sort of principle that we follow is availability over designation.
All
So
right.
which means that a lot of real estate kind of gets stuck because it is assigned to a certain designation. Like, this parking slot is for the CEO. Now CEO
Yeah.
is traveling for a month, and there is no way that is getting used.
Yeah. Yeah.
But because it is blocked, nobody can use it. So
Yeah.
we said, yeah. So we have now democratized all those resources, and
Yeah.
it has opened up
So it's
for.
basically you're using all the information available in the system and then optimizing everything. Right. So it
Yes,
makes
yes, yeah.
so. I know we've been working with you for about a year now. How do you see access control playing a role, especially now digital access control? How does it play a role in your overall user journey or user experience?
No, absolutely critical. And Spritly is a great and essential partner for us. You know, we have definitely integrations with a bunch of access control systems, but I think what Spintly is, brought in a lot of uh, modern approach to access control.
Mhm.
Right? It is integration first, right? It is the open APIs are, I think, your primary point of
Yeah.
attraction. While there are, and it is it is a hosted solution, etc. uh, we have generally, with a lot of other clients, we've struggled with, because they are stuck in a very old system, very
Yeah.
very big companies, but very closed systems. They don't have APIs, or their API approach is so
Yeah.
constraining that it takes years to go live with that project. So I think thanks to you guys for modernizing and bringing that element to access control. So I think it's a very very important factor, because that improves the overall experience for our solution as well, right? So our solution is dependent on, so booking is one thing,
Yeah.
right? But the eventually, like, as I said, the airport analogy, that you can do booking, but then you have to check in for the
to
airlines
get
to
in.
know that you've made it to the premise or you've made it to the flight, right? And you would see that they will do a check-in at multiple areas. So there is one check-in at the airport gate, then there is one check-in at the gate of where you're boarding, then there is one right before the flight, right? That when
Yeah,
you are just entering the flight, they'll just also again scan your boarding pass. So so that entire journey of the traveler is mapped, right, until they board the flight. So we similarly have to map it, because if you're using a resource, and if you booked the resource and if you're not using it, it needs to go back to the pool for someone else to be used it. Otherwise, there is no efficiency achieved,
yeah,
right? So if you booked a room, most people actually deploy our solution for meeting rooms, because what is called as ghost bookings, right? That
yeah.
people make a recurring booking for a year,
And
and
then
then
show a
after
don't show up.
after 6 months that meeting stops, uh, getting any attendees, and then but the room is booked, and yeah, every day you will see that it is not available, but nobody is using
Mhm.
that room, and things like that. So that has been a big problem for a lot of organizations, that we've been able to solve, because in our case, if within 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, if someone's not checking in into that room, then it is automatically released and goes back to the pool. So we don't impact the meeting, but
Mhm.
we just release that resource out of that, free up that resource, so that anyone else can book it. So those kind of things are very important. So how do you check in? How do we know that someone's actually, either you put sensors into
Yeah,
everything, right? Or you can, like, another thing that we've used is QR codes. You put, then QR code is again very dependent on either self discipline or enforced discipline, which requires a lot of manual assistance. So access control comes in really handy there. That one
yeah.
is that with access control you can control the access, which is only
Any
that person
person.
who has booked the room or a participant of that meeting can actually open the room, and people are not misusing it. That is one. Two is so that a lot of data is also getting captured as who is actually using and not using. So that is one. Two is that if someone's using that room, they have to access, they have to swipe, or they have to show their face, or swipe their thumb and get inside, and that's how the system knows that, okay, someone's actually using it, and we can take whatever the number of people who are getting as a proxy of
Yeah.
the efficient utilization as well. So those kind of things are also there. So the point is that it generates a lot of very accurate usable data, on which real estate decisions can be
Yeah.
taken. And real estate is extremely costly, right?
Yeah.
So that is why, so one of the clients who's using us, um, how, so what they do is they only want that people should be able to enter a meeting room or an office or any place only if they have a booking.
Correct.
Unless they have a booking, they will not be able to enter that premise, or they'll not be able. So they have sort of access control the entire premise like that, including meeting rooms. Um, and uh, and yeah, there are other people who, I mean, this is one end of the spectrum, and there are other people who are actually saying that we don't want an employee interface at all. What we are doing is that we have provided places, in our system we have provided these places to people and created neighborhoods. We just want to know how many people are actually visiting those places, visiting those areas, and
Good.
getting. So there is no employee interface at all, nobody is making a booking, but because of the access control data that we are getting, we know,
Okay.
we are able to club the two information and provide them with those kind of reports.
Mhm.
So that's another spectrum of
Mhm.
how people are using it.
In terms of digitization, I mean, you're digitizing many things in the whole process, right? Uh, how many do people see the value of eliminating access cards, right? So physical ID cards in enterprises is a thing which has been there for last probably 2 decades or 3 decades. People always hang their access card here. um, are people getting comfortable digitizing that experience, and are they asking for more of such? Do you see that trend? Or
I think, yeah, I think there was definitely COVID definitely put a push on something that is non-touch.
yeah,
Um, right. So while biometric was very popular, the
yeah,
fingerprint was
fingerprints
very
were used to
popular.
be popular, and then
Correct. So fingerprint was very popular earlier, but something non-touch was critical at that point, and I think that has resulted in, or that has provided a lot of boost to face recognition
correct,
related stuff, and that has also given boost to mobile based or NFC based access control, because yeah,
Mhm,
mobile has become so ubiquitous that yeah, that it can become like a good option, or alternative to
mhm.
what other solutions we have. I think RFID based cards are still extremely popular, very,
Yeah,
very common. I don't know. I mean, you would probably have the data, but I mean, from what I see and what I perceive, I think 90% people still use, swipe cards
cards.
and badges or RFID based badges. But I think, yeah, everyone's sort of interested in knowing alternatives, and
Mhm,
face recognition seems like a nice alternative that
mhm.
that is coming up. NFC based thing is also coming up. I think it's now that the new phones are more and more having NFC as an important
Mhm.
element. I think that would give more boost to
Yeah, so
future.
NFC in Apple world, it is it's through the Apple Wallet, which is
Yeah,
available today, and we
yeah,
do offer that. But I think there is a cost versus benefit kind of analysis which
yeah,
organizations will do, because Apple Wallet does have a substantial cost per user, which
yeah, yeah.
the company has to
Right,
bear. But Bluetooth is another option which is available at a much cheaper price, right?
right.
And it becomes expensive. But I think overall, I think users are getting used to the fact that the smartphone is becoming more and more secure, so you can actually
Yeah.
rely on security aspects of it, right?
I think now the access control, I mean, again, you would already know that people have, I think, as a trend, what I'm seeing is that I think the home, the use of smartphone for home
Correct.
security or home locking, etc., has
Correct.
become very popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that has like an impact of flywheel effect. So
Yeah. I
the
mean,
same
cars are
phone
also
can be used
coming
for,
now.
correct.
Cars are also coming now with smartphone-based access, so you don't have to carry your key,
Yes,
and
yes.
there is standardization happening now. So industry has realized that people are going to adopt this, so we need to make a standard. So
Yeah.
in fact, there is a new standard called Aliro which has come up. So
Oh, very nice. I've not heard
definitely
of
we'll
it.
see a lot more adoption. I think partnerships like, and we are a company which is focused on integrations, because we can only grow if we can integrate into apps like what you are building. Like the single
Right,
app philosophy
right,
really resonates with us, right?
right, right.
Because I don't think we can sell another app for access control. It's just not going to work. Like you said,
Yeah,
users
yeah,
don't want another app.
right.
So how is your business looking like in terms of regionally? Are you guys focused on specific geographies, expanding across which are the major regions which you currently operate in?
So we have, as I said, we are now in 35 odd countries,
35. Wow.
and and we've sort of physical presence in India, Philippines, South Africa, LATAM, little bit in I think soon to have someone in US, kind of thing. But so these geographies where we have physical presence and a lot of clientele, but yeah, I think we have very big clients in Europe, and Middle East, as well, and yeah, those continue to be, you know I think from a specifically from a workplace perspective, US and Europe, of course,
Mhm.
India, remains a very, very big market for us, but Europe and US are something that we are definitely.
Does your
Uh,
product change based on your region of operation? Does your product change, or is it the same product which works everywhere?
It's largely the same product. It's a very configurable and modular product. So some regions may have more use case for one kind of module versus the other. But it's a very configurable product, and yeah, we configure it based on the organization's needs. So it is more about organization. The same organization, their European office might be running ABC policies, and their India office might be running XYZ policies, and it could be widely different how they want it to be configured. So, so yeah, I think that's probably, from a culturally, like what we have learned over 16 years of creating enterprise applications is that, yeah, it needs to be very, very configurable, very, very customizable
Okay.
experience, and that's the only thing that works in
Mhm.
enterprise. That is
Yeah.
something that taken care of from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, one topic we cannot avoid today is AI, right? So I wanted to touch upon that. So, what are you guys doing in the AI space? Obviously, people are leveraging AI today for a lot of getting efficiencies. But other than that, what are you guys doing in this AI space today?
I think we, 2 years back when, this kind of AI started, picking up, particularly generative AI, like with the
Yeah,
advent of ChatGPT, when it started
ChatGPT. Yeah.
picking up, and when we saw that, oh, it will now become a very big trend. I think the first sort of we have had a, you know, slow and strategic approach towards using AI, because we work with enterprises, and enterprises are, a, they're obviously slow and cautious to adopt, and b,
Hmm.
they're very, very conscious of, from an infosec risk averse and infosec perspective. So that has been our very strong sort of approach has been to ensure that whatever AI we adopt or create or leverage has to not change that risk setup that we have or posture that we have. So that has been the thing. So earlier, I think we started using, the first phase was to adopt or start leveraging the LLMs and tools that are available. The second step was to uh, you know I start like ideating the kind of things that can be done, and can be developed. And the third step, where we are right now, is where what we are doing is that we are creating a lot of internal tools
Hmm.
to bring or create efficiencies, um, bring or churn a lot of data and get us insights for our own internal use, internal
Hmm.
acceleration, etc. So instead of just taking AI and creating something and start offering to the clients, what we thought is that we let us internalize it first. Whatever we are creating, let us create it for ourselves, our own use. Let us automate whatever it is possible to automate for us. How we can use AI in the people, product, process, everywhere, all of these things. And that is where we are right now. We've created agents, and we have started offering them to our clients as well.
Yeah.
So I think now it is like a two parallel things going on. One, the very strong internalizing the use of AI, and two is however we can
Hmm.
create some agents, and whatever can help the employees or the customers essentially. So we have two sort sets of customers: the employee, and then there are workplace administrators or transport administrators. So how we can simplify their life, how we can improve their experience. Those are the two sort of
Mhm.
you know parallel approaches that are right now
Yeah.
going on. So yeah.
How big is your team today in terms of the company
So
size?
overall, it is like about we are now MoveInSync as a company is about 1,300 people.
No.
We are. I mean, from a tech uh, perspective, I think it's 350 odd people from tech and tech product, and so those people, and
Okay.
then we have a offering which is called MoveInSync One, which sort of takes up the entire operation of employee commute for the organizations on behalf of the organization. So that is where a lot of people, it's a very people intensive sort of
Got
operation intensive business. So that is where a lot of people are deployed. But yeah, I think about 350 people are in the uh, tech, product design, quality, and
Yeah, got
sales,
it.
marketing, those kind of
No,
roles.
yeah, I mean, pretty good size organization. I think well spread
Yeah,
out across the globe, I guess. So for the next 2 to 3 years, where do you see, the opportunities for improving, overall workspace efficiency or experience? Where do you see there are opportunities?
I think two things I would say. One is that I think the hybrid like became like a very strong trend, and then
Hmm.
there was a lot of struggle, and that still is like a transition going on between work from home to work from
Yes.
office to somewhere in the middle, where
Yeah,
organization are still struggling
yeah, I
to
think
get
we
their
are at
act
around 40-60% probably, roughly. Or
right.
yes,
They're
yeah,
still struggling. A lot of people have sort of announced 5 days in office as a
yeah.
rule, and their employees are
People only come for
coming,
4 or 3.
backlash from employees, and they're still not able to
Yeah,
convinced about returning back to office, etc. I think what definitely one thing that COVID has done is change the concept of the workplace.
yeah,
So earlier it was people used to think of it like a school, like you pack your bags, go every day, come back, do
yeah,
your
yeah.
personal work.
And
Now I think
people would actually turn off their laptops after coming home and not do anything. Whereas today, everybody
yeah,
just is kind of
plugged in
expected
all
to be
times.
plugged
Yeah.
in all the time.
So that I think that is what is happening. So one thing is that people are coming to a more stable understanding that hybrid is the way forward, and eventually know one thing: either full work from home or full work from office is going to work in the longer duration. You may want to do it for a little while for a specific team
Hmm.
or for that niche, but overall on an average I think it is going to be. And what is also dawning upon people is that your organization growth does not need to be directly proportional to your uh, real estate cost, or vice
Correct.
versa. Like your real estate cost does not
Absolutely.
need to
Yeah, yeah,
keep on growing if your organization is growing, because not everyone's coming to office every day, not everyone needs a resource dedicated to them all the
so how
time.
you can actually balance everything and provide the best efficiency to the companies where I think definitely your product will shine.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there is an organization. I cannot take the name, but they've got 32,000 employees and they are managing with 8,000 desks.
Yeah,
Right. So 32,000 employees. So there's like effectively one desk for four people, right? And
yeah,
they're absolutely
yeah,
well managed. There is no chaos because
yeah.
of how they have enforced, how they've nicely enforced, how to the solution, and they are able to use the product in a
Yeah, I
very
think after employee cost, real estate is the biggest cost in a way. So, so if
so
you
so
can,
yeah, I think that. is that is and second thing that I'm seeing is that from, the world is like moving towards product, from product to platform to ecosystem. So I think that is also another, in the next 2 3 years, that you would see that ecosystem thinking is going to uh, be very very appreciated, and is going to find a lot of foothold in the market, that people who have, like what Spintly is doing, where you are integration first, and
Yeah.
like how what WorkInSync is doing, where we are sort of creating that ecosystem of access control system or HRMS, or digital display systems, etc. So I think those kind of solutions are going
Do
to
you
find.
see the trend where it is, companies are looking for open systems with open APIs you can, integrate? Is
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, yeah, that, I mean, it just becomes, people are like realizing that it becomes so easy to work with open systems instead of closed ones,
yeah,
because the world is evolving very fast, and if you have an open system, you can evolve, because
faster.
like whatever you have, you can excel at that, and then open your product, so that someone else who is building on the other use cases can
It's a
also.
modular mindset, right? So you're just
Correct.
putting it together. Yeah.
Right. So that is what I think is very very important going forward, and yeah, a lot of enterprises, modern enterprises, are also realizing this, that they have to invest in more integrated, more uniform or unified experiences, as compared to, deploying 20 different products, and then catching 20 different,
Yeah.
chasing 20 different people for everything. So I think that's what I see, and I hope continues, um, because
Yeah.
I think that's in the larger interest of the world as a whole also. That's efficiency is everyone's, is to everyone's advantage. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I think great insights, and I think we look forward to continuing our work together and make an impact on workplaces, improve efficiency, user experiences through our integrations. And thanks a lot for your time today. And we look forward to staying in touch and working with you. Thanks, Ujjwal.
Sure, sure. Thanks, Rohin.